Netflix?
No!
Is it HBO?
No!
Is it Disney?
No!
Is it Apple TV?
No!
Then it must be Tubi. Tell them they're streaming.
Welcome to Tell 'em They're Streaming. Hi, my name is Robert, and sitting beside me is an Australian comedian whose father owns a shop that sells peanuts, cashews, pecans, almonds, walnuts, macadamia nuts, and a lot more. It's called Nevis, the Nut Shed. So for Richie's father's birthday, he got some tattoos from this famous shop on his arms. This is Richie, the good son, good acre. Can you show us your tats of Nevis and Nut Shed?
Okay. Look, I think. All right, you put me on the spot here, but look, I believe that is Nuthead.
Is that Nuthead? Nut Shed,
Yeah.
I mean, not Nuthead, Nut Shed.
Nut Shed.
Yes.
Nut Shed. And if you go on, hang on, don't know why they got the home phone in my hand. Anyway, there we go. And there you go.
And is that Nevis?
That's Nevis.
I think the tattooist got it wrong. He's put cartoon character. Have you ever looked? He's put cartoon characters on your arms.
Oh, okay.
That doesn't have the nut shed at all.
Oh, damn. You have to go back. Be
Oh,
like, hey, you messed up my tattoo. And she'll be like, oh, you got it 2 years ago. Why didn't you work that out? I'm like, I don't know. I'll wait until a couple of years until someone points it out on a podcast I'm doing.
Richie, how has your week been?
Yeah, not too bad.
That's good. Oh, sorry, go on.
Pretty chill. Yeah, but yeah. I'll tell you, like, I mean, funny thing that happened the other day. A funny thing the other day happened to me. So we bought a bunch of like brushes for Abby, so because she molts, and every t-shirt I have has got like traces of hair.
So is Abby your girlfriend or your dog?
Oh, my dog. Yeah, that's my
sorry.
dog. Yeah. Like if she committed a crime, she's not very good at covering her tracks. But yeah, so the brusher and stuff. And then I had this like little sort of handheld one, and then my sort of like cleaner's here. She's like, "Oh, where did that go?" She was going to help out, but I'm like, "I don't know. I had it in my hand." Turns out somehow it fell out. It fell off my hand, and it was in my pants.
What?
Actually, in there, and I'm like, "Oh shit, there's something." It was like not the only thing in the pants either. There was like a pen. It's like, man, these are baggy pants.
This is one of these things that can only happen to Richie.
Yeah, because look, I think my pants are a bit too big for me, me area, and then so it kind of strides down, and I think I dropped it, and it just fell in there, and I didn't even know that was thing. I don't know whether I should brush it with that anymore. Yeah.
Oh, Richie Goodacre. We love you. We so love you. This week's film is Megashark versus Giant Octopus from 2009. The synopsis for Tubi is two prehistoric sea creatures, a megashark and a giant octopus, fight to the death on the Californian coast. Who will reign supreme over the sea? IMDb has a huge iceberg.
I see. And so it's how the Swedish chef would say iceberg. Iceberg.
Norby. An iceberg. Said it again. Iceberg holds a megalodon, which is a mega shark, and a giant octopus frozen inside it. Deployed of a FAS, a low frequency atomic sonar unit, causes it to shatter. The two behemoths thaw and return to life. The shark terrorized the Californian coast while the octopus creates havoc things near Japan. A group of 3 oceanographers put together a plan to draw the beasts into a trap with pheromones. Bum, bum, bum.
Well, that first synopsis saying that it says basically that a mega shark and and an octopus are going to fight to the death. I feel like that's a bit misleading, but we'll see what happens. You don't get much of that anyway.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens. This is Richie. This is the first Asylum production to ever have a theatrical release, so that's pretty big.
Yeah.
The original idea was to have it in 3D, but they did not have the funds to do so. It was a 12-day film shoot in January 2009. Filming took place mostly at AES Atlantis Power Station at Long Beach, California, and at Laurel Canyon Stages in Alta, California. The trailer for this film was so popular, with over 2 million hits on the internet. This started with a heap of people pre-ordering its DVD. We'll throw up the trailer and maybe try and put another one of the sequels to this movie up as well. With that being said, the reviews were not good. 18% on Rotten Tomato, with an average score of 3.3 out of 10. Here's a few reviews that I got. With shoddy FX, acting and directing, this isn't so bad it's good. It's just so bad it's terrible. From the consensus. Unwatchable, almost unviewable. This stupid monster movie makes the Bela Lugosi swan song, Plan 9 from Outer Space, look like a masterpiece. That was from Peter Whittle from the Sunday Times.
Good on you, Peter.
The risible, I don't know if they've spelt that wrong or I'm just not reading it right, but the risible special effects and the clumsy acting recall not Roger Corman Productions, but the intrepid of Ed Wood through the results is far less endearing. That was from Peter French from The Observer.
Again, good on you, Peter.
The actors are all appropriately terrible, and the story is completely absurd. That was from Scott Mendelson from the Huffington Post. And the last one, schlock may be an acquired taste, like caviar, foie gras, and Arby's, but it's hard to see how anyone wouldn't enjoy this extremely tacky dish. That's from Bill Gribrin from Pop Matters. He also praised Debbie Gibson's performance in the film. Sorry,
just because I'm a foodie and a pretentious, it's foie gras. Yeah.
Isn't that what I said?
Yeah.
Oh, did I say? I said gradas, which I think is a tennis thing. Here's some of the sequels are Megashark versus Crocosaurus in 2010, Megashark versus Mecha Shark from 2014, and Megashark versus Colossus in 2015. Debbie Gibson, who is the main actress in this film. She was born August 31st, 1970. She is an American singer, songwriter, pianist, record producer, and actress. She has 11 studio albums with 41 singles. Probably her best-known song is Electric Youth, off the album Electric Youth from 1989. Here's a bit of it.
Electric Youth.
I'm going to play a bit of it right now. I think it's time to look at the director, who is Jack Perez. He did Wild Thing. He directed Wild Things 2 in 2004.
All right.
And he's also the writer of this film, and he also wrote The Big Empty from 1997. You might have to give me a couple of help with some of the names, like Lorenzo Lamas.
Lamas, yeah.
Oh, that's right. It was a little goat thing. He
Uh-huh.
was in Grease from 1978.
Yeah.
Debbie Gibson was in Rock of Ages 2012.
Uh,
Vic Chao was in Pearl Harbor 2001. Jonathan Nation was in Piranha Woman 2022.
oh, really? I got it. Oh, yeah. Okay. I think it's our first crossover. There you go.
I think he played the barman in Piranha Women.
Yeah. That bar they never left. Yeah, they kept frequently. I remember that. Yeah.
And Mark Hengest, and he was in Miss Congeniality 2, Armed and Famous from 2005.
What a classic sequel that was. Yeah.
Well, I've never seen.
You got Terminator 2. You've got,
You got Godfather 2.
you got Godfather 2. Then you got Miss Congeniality 2. It's the big three, as I like to say. Yeah. And you said Vincent Chow is from Pearl Harbor. What side was he on in the movie?
Well, I had this thought, but I wasn't going to say anything. But yes, Vincent Chow is obviously an Asian. And I guess he was playing a Japanese person in that movie. I don't know for sure. So don't hate mail me. Don't cancel me. But I had the same thought.
Okay.
All right. It's time for film chat.
Film chat.
We start off with an area with snowy mountains off the Alaskan coast. A helicopter is doing sonar testing with some bad CGI of ice walls falling into the sea. Well, did you see that CGI of the ice wall?
It was pretty bad. It's not, and it was to give you an idea how bad the CGI is. It wasn't the worst CGI in this movie. But yeah, and then if you didn't get a sense of oh no, actually no, keep going. I'm thinking of it. I'm skipping ahead. Anyway,
all right, we see Emma, who's played by Debbie Gibson, and Vince, played by Jonathan Nation, in a two-person submarine looking for whales. That's the sea creature, not the country.
Yeah. Catch a plane, you idiot. No, this is where it was if you didn't see the submarine, the kind of the viewing of where they go in the submarine, you would have sworn that Debbie Gibson was just at home playing video games. She said a stupid computer, PC joystick and headphones on.
I'll make sure I'll add that in so people can see. The helicopter drops at LAFS, and I said whatever that is. Well, whatever it is has upset the whales, and they're banging themselves against the glacier wall. Turns out that a LAFS is a low aqua frequency sonar, which apparently are illegal. So yeah.
There was very, very obvious, very unnatural deposition when it came to that. He's like, that's something about the LAFS, and he goes, what? Oh, that's just. It's like they knew they're explaining the plot. You know what I mean? They're explaining the plot to you. Yeah.
With all of this going on, it has broken the glacier wall, where this unfreezes a Megashark and a Giant Octopus. We know now where they got the name for the movie.
I hate when that happens. By the way, just unfreeze a Megashark and a Giant Octopus. I'm like, man, Mondays.
Well, it's going to be funny though, because they obviously, the movie portrays that they were obviously in the middle of a fight when they got frozen. So they come back out of being frozen, still in the middle of a fight.
They'll just get unfrozen. I'm like, I don't know what we're fighting about.
It's been so long. Shouldn't we just make up? The octopus heads towards the Japanese coast and wraps itself around a drilling platform. Watching this scene, I've gone, Did I just hear an Australian accent in the drilling platform in Japan?
The thing is, Mr. Havey, here in Japan they have certain customs. Yeah, customs. We have customs in the States too.
Yes. An Aussie Adam Driver. That's what I think it looks like.
A massive whale is beached with large wounds. It also has a mysterious bone bedded in it. We find out that Emma borrowed the mini submarine without permission. She gets the sack. She goes back to the whale to take the mysterious bone before the whale is destroyed. Yeah. Then I heard that Australian accent again in Tokyo, Japan.
Mr. Ori, I'm Dr. Shimada with the Oceanographic Institute. I'm here to tell
They're
you.
lying.
Who's lying?
Everyone. You're saying it was a construction failure? I saw it on TV before they burst in and grabbed it.
I know.
And they're saying everyone was killed. Everyone. No survivors. How can they fucking say that when I'm sitting right here?
Try to stay calm.
Calm. My family thinks I'm dead and these fuckers won't even let me call them.
Whoa, it is an Australian accent. This is Takeo, played by Michael Tay. This is a dude with the Australian accent. He was born in New South Wales. He's also in Sharknado 2013. Do you think he might be typecast?
Yeah, and also they didn't but weren't very creative when it came up with his name. What's your name? Michael Tay. I'll call you Takeo. But yeah, like he had a very it's very there's no mistake, and it's not like just a kind of amalgamation of accents. It's like very it's very Aussie ochre kind of I'm like, man, it's just like it was jarring hearing that when you're supposed to be in Japan. I'm like, man, that's a weird Japanese accent. So
and the weird thing is they never referenced it. They never said, "Oh, you an Aussie, mate." It was just never referenced. So.
Well, I feel like that this movie there's like a lot of diversity. That you had an Australian, you had an American, you had an Irish guy, which he referenced a lot. That's, I don't know.
Yeah, Debbie Gibson.
Nations. Yeah.
Anyway, Takeo was talking with Dr. Shimdamar, which is played by Vic Cho. We find out that Takeo is the only survivor of the octopus attack. Condor Airlines plane is flying through some unpleasant weather when a giant shark flies through the air and bites the plane in half. The shark and the plane crash into the sea. Richie?
This is like the pivotal scene that you remember in this film, because it's so stupid. Okay, first of all, you see like an external shot of the plane, going through the worst CGI ever, and this it was very bad. And then like this this dude, he's just like they're just chilling, and he literally almost like looks in the camera like, holy shit, a shark jumps. I don't know, sharks don't have good vision as it is, so how would he be able to know that there's a plane overhead and know that the timing to time and jump perfectly and to take down the plane is just amazing. I feel like this might be a bit far-fetched. I don't know if a shark could take down a plane, and that was
I so like the beginning of that scene where the what do you call the lady on the plane that what are they called?
Stewardess or whatever.
Yes, whatever. And she's just like telling everyone to put their seats up. Seat up, please. Seat up. Just like that's all she's saying to everybody. Seat up, please.
Seat up, please. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like if you're like, oh, yeah, how was the plane ride over? Oh, you wouldn't believe this. Oh, yeah, like I was just chilling, right? And a shark, bit the plane, and then the plane came down, and we had to be rescued. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. I don't believe you. That's a stupid. That's a silly story.
At least you had your seats up, though.
Yeah.
Half Moon Bay, California is where Emma meets up with her old professor, Lama Sanders, played by Sean Lawler.
Professor Sanders? Emma McNeil, as I live and breathe. How long has it been?
Like 5 years?
5 years. That's too long to be away from my favorite student. And what's with this professor jazz? You know, you once dragged my drunken arse out of the gutter, and that puts us squarely in the familiar.
God.
After Emma and Lama, or Lamer, Lamar. Is that Lama or Lamer or what?
I think it's Lamar, maybe.
Lamar. Oh, hello. Posh.
So we got Lamar and we got Lamas. There you go.
So anyway, so Lamar studies the bone thing that Emma got from the beached whale. They find out that it is a 10 by 11 foot tooth. That belongs to a prehistoric creature called a megalodon. Dr. Shiminar comes to America and meets up with Emma and Lamar. US Navy try to kill the Megashark, but fails, with some of the worst CGI representing the shark's fin I've ever seen in the whole entire world.
You know, I mean, we'll get to it, but like for a movie called Megashark vs. Giant Octopus, you see fuck all of the octopus.
I think
feel
maybe
like
it was.
it's
Do you
just-
reckon it was too hard to CGI it? It's just like
There was that's the thing. There was a couple of scenes where they're supposed to be watching something on the screen, and I'm like, oh, it's amazing, but oh my god, and you never actually you never get that view of what they're looking at.
US Navy bring Dr. Shiminar, Emma, and Lamar by gunpoint just to ask for their help. Was gunpoint necessary?
Bit over the top. Usually if I want help, I ask, but I'm posh.
Dr. Shiminar and Emma get it on.
Okay.
I walk.
I'm gonna go take a walk. A walk?
This came out of nowhere. No pun intended. But just like they didn't establish any sort of chemistry, and then just like, oh yeah, like we're alone in a room. Let's have let's bang. And it's like, but I think that whole scene was just a setup for pheromones.
Well, is it like, I'm boy, you're girl, let's do it?
Yeah.
Well, that's it.
Yeah.
Because they bang, they suddenly work out how to catch two monsters with pheromones.
Smells so good.
So do you. Smell is a powerful thing. Scent-based cues help us zero in on optimal partners. Smell may even explain why we feel chemistry with one person and not another.
You say the most romantic things.
Seriously. They say physical attraction itself may literally be based on smell. What?
Pheromones.
My God, are you thinking that we...
Pheromones. The attraction, we can use it to draw them in.
Yes!
Just like what you said. What's I don't want to get too personal, Richie, but after you've had some special cuddles, have you ever come up with any good ideas?
Not really. I'm more just kind of baffled that someone had sex with me. So I'm like, look,
Anyway, Dr. Shimmer heads back to Japan. The pheromones work, but there is no army in the world that can stop these sea creatures. Megashark chews right through a Navy ship, then destroys the golden Gate Bridge. Emma then gets the idea. Let them fight and kill each other.
Thriller in Manila.
Come again?
We'll get them to kill each other.
Hence the verses in the title. So it's all coming around now.
Yeah.
Using pheromones again to lead them both back to each other in a safe place where humans cannot be hurt. The Megashark and the Giant Octopus kill each other. Dr. Shimina and Emma are back together to live happily ever after, I guess. Oh, wait. There is another adventure ahead. See you in the sequel.
Emma, CG.
Lamar! Oh, no. You have that look.
Well, I was thinking.
Oh, no, Professor. Finding those two creatures was a once-in-a-lifetime event. What's this?
Another lifetime. Infrared, but of what?
Some sort of organic life. Preserve.
Where were these taken?
The North Sea. You ready?
Hell yeah. You?
Let's go.
Well, that was pretty quick because there's not much more else to tell. But Richie,
Yeah.
what did you think of Megashark versus Giant Octopus, and what are your scores?
I mean, I'll just bring out there's a couple other things that made me think of, that are funny. Like when they're supposed to like she's drawing like what the eye is supposed to look like. That's what I mean. I don't want to be crass, but it definitely looked more like a
I'm a bit worried about what you're going to say here.
not an eye. There you go.
Okay.
But yeah, so yeah, and that actually looked like the Lord of the Rings thing, the Sauron side. But yeah, and then I thought there was a funny moment where Lorenzo Lamas' character is is chewing out Debbie Gibson's character, and she's like, and he calls her washed up. I'm like,
I read somewhere that they reckon that line was put in there because of Debbie Gibson's music career, because like she was famous like late 80s. And I'm guessing because of grunge and all that coming around in the early 90s, she stopped being as famous anymore. And they reckon that line was a dig at that. But I didn't.
But it could also be like ironic because it's coming from Lorenzo Lamas, who was also bigger in the 80s than he is now.
So yeah, anything else you want to add, and what's your overall thoughts?
Yeah, but I guess that's like for a movie dubbed Megashark versus Giant Octopus, it's really you don't see much of the the action. So yeah, it's sort of like 2014's Godzilla, where you don't see much of Godzilla, but at least that build up suspense more than this movie. Yeah, like, I mean there was there was funny moments like that. Obviously when the shark when the shark takes down that plane, I think I just let out a huge laugh. That was the funniest. Yeah. I think it's so absurd that even if that happened in real life, I'd probably just plummet to my death laughing. Like, what the hell is that? What are the odds of this happening? Yeah. This. Yeah. No, but yeah. Look, I had fun with this movie. It's very silly. Yeah, you can see why it kind of like failed at the cinema, and but yeah, you can also see why people went out in droves to buy the DVD because the concept is very great. But yeah, on a movie scale, I mean, it's entertaining, but it's not a good movie. I know I'll say 2 on a 2B scale. Probably one of the better ones. I'll say 4.
So it was, yeah, I quite like the Sean Lawler, the Irishman in this movie. He's the one that I kept on going back to, going, more of him would be better.
Yeah, he's trying in this movie. He's definitely trying. Yeah.
And Debbie Gibson was all right. She wasn't
Yeah.
horrible, but I mean, she's a singer. She's not an actor. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, overall, it was fun to watch. Probably won't go back to it again because I've done that. I can tick that off the list. But what I'm going to say is I agree with you, Richie. 2 for ordinary score and 4 for Tubi score. Can I just point something out? I decided
Yep.
today that I'd put a poster on my wall behind me because I keep on being told that the wall's totally blank and it freaks people out. They want a poster. So I've got a poster up there, but I placed it behind my head. I didn't realize it's the movie In the Mood for Love, that great Hong Kong film. But yeah, so nobody can see it anyway. So I'll have to move it over here later on.
Oh.
All righty. It's time to get quizzical.
Ooh, let's get quizzical.
Let's get quizzical.
Quizzical.
I want to get quizzical.
Let's get quizzical.
Let me hear your quizzies talk. Your quizzies talk. Let me hear you. Are you cracking up?
I'm trying to do the robot.
Oh.
I don't know what I'm doing.
What about the Robo Boogie?
I can't do it. I don't know. I'm not familiar.
Anyway, it is quiz time. I'm a bit worried this might be a bit harder this week because there is no multiple choice answers.
Oh my God. Okay.
But I will help out if you need hints.
All right.
Basically, what kind of animal is scaring us this week? Basically, I'm going to give you a type of animal and a movie. You're just going to tell me quite easily what that animal is. So guess the animals in these films. Are we ready, Mr. Goodacre?
Yes.
All righty. What type of insect is the film It Happened at Lakewood Manor from 1977 about?
Mosquito.
No, it's not a mosquito. Any other insects you want to throw out there? This is a non. Oh, I think there are flying versions of it, but this is a non-flying insect.
Praying mantis.
They're sometimes in your pants.
Dog brush.
What?
Dog brush.
It starts with A.
Ants.
Ants. Correctamundo. Sometimes this movie is known as It Happened at Lakewood Manor Ants, but that would have given it away if I put it
That's also a weird title to a movie.
I know. I think it's a cool title.
It Happened at Lakewood Manor.
Yes.
Ants.
All right. This is good already. Number 2. What type of mammal is the film Deadly Eyes from 1982 about?
Just because I know that they're known for their kind of piercing eye, I'll say cat.
What was that? Cat?
Yeah.
Something that rhymes with cat.
Bat.
But doesn't fly.
Rat.
Rats. Correct. Deadly Eyes 1982 is about rats. Oh. All right. Number 3. Sensible.
Yeah.
What type of mollusk is the film Bride of the Monster from 1955 about?
It's a mollusk. I don't. What? What's a mollusk? I don't know.
What is a mollusk? Well, the best way to explain a mollusk is by looking it up. So I will look up the word mollusk for you and everybody at home who is playing. And let's see if we can guess. If we can guess what mollusk is you choosing, which I don't even know if this thing is a mollusk, but they told me it was. Mollusk is the second largest phylum of invertebrate animals after the arthropod. The members of which are known as mollusks or mollusks, the same word. Around 85,000 extant species or mollusks are recognized. The number of fossil species, this is not helping at all, is it?
I'll just throw an animal out there and you can. I don't know if
the thing that's written is a mollusk. Wow. A mollusk, in this case, this mollusk lives in the sea. A lot of mollusks have shells, but this particular mollusk doesn't.
It lives in the sea, doesn't have a shell. Seahorse.
When's that coming to Tubi? The giant seahorse attacks the world.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Look, there's 8 things I can think about that would make this animal pretty scary.
Octopus.
Octopus, yes. A bit like today's movie, it had an octopus in it.
Yeah.
Not that we saw it much. Okay. I'm loving this quiz. What type of bird is the film Caw about? Kaw, Caw, from 2007.
Is it a magpie?
No, it's not a magpie. That would make a good exploitation film because magpies are across the world, but the magpies that attack are only here in Australia.
Yeah. Parrot. Macaw. A macaw.
What's parrot?
A macaw.
No.
A macaw.
No, you're not a caw.
Macaw.
I want to know what the parrot horror movie was like.
Yeah.
Pieces of 8, mofo.
Pigeon.
No, it's not a pigeon. Those friendly, lovely-looking pigeons. No. Okay. A wrestler named his name after one of these type of birds. What was that?
Right. Crow sting. No, raven.
Yes, ravens. Oh, excellent. I think you'll get this one. What type of fish is in the film Red Water from 2003?
A fish in shark.
Shark, straight off, bang. Woo. You know, munches on the body, red water comes out. Whooshka.
Yeah.
What type of insect is the film Mimic from 1997 about?
I believe it's a Guillermo del Toro movie.
So if you know the director, you must know what insect.
You know, that's not how it works.
Type of insect. Mimic. 1997. I'm going to keep on. Sorry, what was that?
No,
Did you say a movie?
No. Hang on, I'm trying to think.
We can't like take hours on the thinking bits. We're doing a show here.
Yeah. I don't know. What's the echoes? I don't know.
You find them. You quite often find them in people's houses.
Cockroach.
They're gonna survive a nuclear war.
Cockroaches.
So yeah. What type of mammal is in the film Burning Bright from 2010? What type of mammal?
Burning Bright.
And I'll let you have one guess. Just name a mammal, and then I'm going to give you a better clue.
Dog.
No. It is feline.
A cat.
No.
Well, let's type it. Let's be like anyway. Lion.
No. I
Jaguar.
follow the rugby league team.
Oh, tiger.
Tiger. So yes. That was Burning Bright from 2010. Tiger.
Technically, cat was correct.
No, technically it wasn't correct. What type of mammal? Okay, with this one here, Richie, because it's an Australian film, and it's fairly well known in Australia, so you'll definitely know it. I want the proper name of the mammal. I don't want it's just, what it is. What type of mammal is in the film Razorback from 1984?
Tarantula.
You don't know this film. And why? And tarantulas aren't mammals.
Okay, I'm trying to think. Razor.
Razorback from 1984, a great Australian Ozploitation flick.
Yeah. No,
Okay, now you can just guess what sort of animal it is. I was going to make it harder, but I thought you would have got it straight away.
Razor. I don't know.
You have heard of the film, haven't you?
Yes, I have. It's going to be embarrassing. Talked about it. I've seen that movie.
Well, it was before you were born. It was 1984, so you got that going for you.
Koala.
No, it's the pig variety, a wild
boar?
male pig.
Boar.
Yeah, wild boar is the answer. Sorry about putting you in that one, Richie.
You could have given me you could have given me an easy one. There's a movie called Boar. Just use that as an example.
Yeah, but that one's not real good. It's a bit. No, anyway, what type of mammal is the film Night of the Lepus in 1972 about?
These are two movies, like Razorback and this one, I talked about in Tournament Fights. It's not a leopards. I think is it rabbits?
It is rabbits. It's and yeah, you're right. It's rabbits, but they're giant rabbits in the film. But I wasn't asking that. I was just asking what sort of animal.
Yeah.
The reason why I call it lepus is because they leap.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is the final one, Richie. You may be glad. Oh, you may be glad that it's almost over. But I thought this was fun. I thought this was a cool one.
Yeah.
What type of mammal is the film Willard from 1971 about?
A dog.
No. Is that because there's an Australian TV show, which I think is also in America now?
It's called Wilfred.
Which is called Wilfred, which was a man dressed up in a dog suit, but apparently is a dog. Oh, what do we smoke down here? Okay, big clue. This animal has already been talked about during this quiz.
A boar.
No.
Tiger.
No. Apparently it likes cheese.
Rat.
Rats. Willard, 1971, is about rats. It's now time to spin the wheel of Chubby Cheese. This looks a bit different, Richie. What's going on?
Well, yeah, but by the time this episode comes out, it'll be 2 weeks till Christmas. So we thought we would get in the festive spirit by reviewing Christmas films for the next 2 weeks. So yeah, and then we'll get back to our regularly scheduled Tubi watching. But yeah, we've got on the docket here on the options we got the classic Black Christmas from 1974, and we've got a very iconic, so bad it's good movie, Silent Night, Deadly Night from 1984. So 10 years apart. Yeah, so look, whatever we so we'll spin the wheel and we'll do whatever it comes on. We'll do next week, and whatever we don't spin, we'll do the week after.
So we won't have a wheel next week.
I know.
Oh,
Be a shorter episode.
can you spin just one thing? You can't, can you? That's impossible.
No.
Alrighty, this is cool. Let's go.
All right, here we go. And you're at 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, what's it gonna land on?
Gonna land on
Black
Black
Christmas from 1974. This is actually supposed to be a genuinely good movie, so I'm actually really looking forward to it. It has some actors of a note as well. I will get it up on Tubi. Black Christmas is 1974 horror holiday film. Sorority sisters are as good as dead when they are stalked by a psychopathic stranger over the Christmas holiday in this influential slasher. Got some good names: Olivia Hussey, Cara Delevingne, Margot Robbie, Margot Kidder, John Saxton. So lots of really good names. Bob Clark is the person who directed this film. So yeah, looking forward to looking at that. Alrighty, what do we got up next? I think we've got plugs and stuff.
Yeah, so I mean, you can find me on here. Yeah, and you can find me on here. God damn it! All right, you can find me on here. Tell them the streaming on Facebook, and give that a cheeky like, or just a sensible like, one of the two if you want. And yeah, you can find us on the YouTubes. Just type in and tell them they're streaming. TELL space EM space. You get the drift.
Or the big one is THYRE.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. And yeah, you can
We've also got
subscribe.
email.
Yep, subscribe. Hang on.
Oh, sorry.
One at a time. subscribe to YouTube. Hit the bell icon for to get up to date when we upload a new episode. Yes, and we also got an email and tell them they're streaming at gmail.com.
Correctamundo.
Got that right. And so in there you can suggest what what movies you would want to be put on the list for so that we can spin the wheel for a future episode. And we'll give you a shout out because we're nice like that. And yeah, I mean, when we upload every Tuesday. So
8 p.m. Queensland time. So work that out wherever you are in the world.
Yeah. And then outside of podcast, I am a frequent guest on the Movie Hero Network on YouTube, Jordan Anderson's channel. On their show Tournament Vibes and their sort of sister show Tier Ranker. I'm on there quite a lot. I do a lot of trivia. With my friend Jordan Owens, usually movie and wrestling trivia. I'm part of a wrestling trivia tournament at the moment with combat wrestling trivia. There's it's called and the tournament's called Clash of the Combatants. I'm doing pretty well at the moment.
Well done, Richie.
Looking forward to seeing how I progress as the weeks go on. But yeah, you can catch that on Chris Cass's Twitch channel, which I believe is Castifer. So you can find that, and then you can find me on my page doing where I update on various gigs I'm doing. That's pretty much it for the plug portion.
Excellent. All right, well, go and check out Richie Goodacre on Facebook. You'll have a bit of a laugh, especially if you go and see him. Don't take sandwiches. Alrighty, it's now time for Richie to do an impression of what's on his t-shirt. Richie, I can't see anybody on it. All I see is All Elite AEW on your shirt.
Yeah, I didn't think ahead. Look, but we'll give it a red hot crack. It's
Okay.
uh,
Okay,
it-
I'm going to set you a scenario, and this is what you're going to do, and then you can sign off at the end. All right, you're going to have Cody Rhodes, who's no longer in AEW, he's in WWE. Cody Rhodes talking to Tony Khan, and of course I do the Tony Khan impression, about leaving AEW, because Cody started AEW. All right, go.
I want to leave. You wouldn't believe this, but I want to leave my own company I started.
What's that? That's crazy. You're the A in AEW. You're the start of it. Why would you want to leave? You're going so well, Cody. You're going so well. Why?
And I just want to go for greener pastures. And I want to be the WWE champion. And so me and my neck tattoo are out of here.
They're going to turn you into Stardust. Why would you go back?
Well, in that case, until next time. To be continued.
Nice.
Ago, they were frozen in combat.
Hairs in his flesh didn't come from anything mechanical. This wound's organic.
You name one thing in that ocean that calms down like that.
There's something big out there.
Now they're loose.
Gorilla in Manila. We'll get them to kill each other.
Its eyes.
Like. Still closing!
Lorenzo Lamas, Deborah Gibson.
We're dealing with a menace.
Megashark versus Giant Octopus.
Holy! It is over! The shark is dead! No one can conclusively say the megalodon was killed.
We're on a hunt, Lieutenant McCormick, to kill a shark.
These things were designed to survive. They survived for more than 400 million years. You know these crocs, they have the intelligence of a human.
Who's talking about a crocodile?
All you need to do is focus on a 1,500-foot pissed-off crocodile that's heading up the coast.
Yeah, and a hungry megalodon chasing him.